Alright, so under a question on computers, we're given a pseudocode, then they want us to draw a flowchart. So I'll explain to you what these symbols represent and what we use them for as we answer this question. So there are just basically five, in fact four commonly used different shapes. So an oval shape which looks like a circle is used when we are starting and stopping. And then the parallelogram, which looks like a rectangle but with slant um, sides, is basically used for the stages where we're required to input and also output. In this case, the entering part and the printing part, we use that one. And then where there's a decision, that's where we use a rhombus. Okay. And then where there is need to print an error, that's still an output, we use a parallelogram. And then where there is a process or a formula, that's where we use a rectangle. So let's try to see that in action step by step. So the first statement that we have is we are starting. So put start in the oval shape, and then after you start there is need to enter, so you need to put now the input there, right? So you need to use a parallelogram. Okay, so let's just draw one there. Okay, something like that. What are we saying? We're saying enter. So what are we entering? We're entering R and S. So enter R, S. Okay, and then after you've entered them, so we've done the first statement and the second statement, we're now on the third. There's a condition there if S is less than R. So that's where we need now this shape. Okay, so the question is we can now change the if statements to a question: is R, it's actually S, is S less than R? Okay, that's the question at hand. Okay, so you can either put a question mark there at the end. So if it is, what do we do? So let me just draw this, an arrow there. So if yes, then print error, S is not valid. So we can put that on the left side. If you want, you can be on the right. So we have to print an error message. So print error, and then S is not valid. So this is a print statement supposed to be in a parallelogram. Okay, like that. So this is coming if S is less than R, so this should be yes. Otherwise or else, if it's not, meaning that it's a no, we're supposed to move to A is equal to that. So that's a process. That's where we need now the rectangle. Okay, so what we have there, A is pi multiplied by R multiplied by S. Okay, and then after that statement, end if, then print A. So the if statement is done, so we're now printing A. Printing, I said, it's supposed to be what? In a parallelogram as well, just like the entering part. Okay, so that's what we're going to have. And then what are we printing? We're printing A. Okay, and then finally you just stop in the similar manner that we started. Now the question is, there are two possibilities, there are two routes here. One would be where it's not, you proceed and do a process. Where it, again, where there's an error, what happens when there's an error. You can move as well from there and then just come and join after a process, meaning that you just stop directly joining somewhere before. Okay, so basically this is the way the flowchart comes out. There are times where they ask you to move from the flowchart to the pseudocode. You should be able to write these statements as well. Okay, so that's it to this video.